Imagine you could shrink a giant redwood tree down to the size of a tiny seed. That's essentially what audio compression does to sound. It's the fascinating process of making large audio files smaller without losing too much of their original quality. This magic trick is what allows us to store thousands of songs on our smartphones and stream high-quality music over the internet without endless buffering. It's the unsung hero of the digital audio revolution. But how does it actually work? Let's delve into the world of sound waves and digital wizardry to understand the secrets of audio compression. In the wild, sound waves are like the roars of animals, some loud, some soft, but all taking up space. Imagine standing in a dense forest, surrounded by the symphony of nature. Each sound, from the rustling leaves to the distant call of a bird, occupies its own space in the air, creating a rich tapestry of audio. In the digital world, these sound waves are represented by lots of data, which can take up a lot of storage space. Just like in nature, each digital sound wave has its own unique characteristics and requires a certain amount of data to be accurately represented. This data can quickly add up, especially when dealing with high-quality audio files. This is where audio compression steps in. Audio compression is a technique used to reduce the size of these digital sound files without significantly compromising their quality. It's a bit like magic, allowing us to keep the essence of the sound while making it more manageable. It's like packing a suitcase for a long journey. We need to fit everything in without breaking the bag. Imagine trying to pack all your favorite clothes and essentials into one suitcase. You have to be strategic, folding items neatly and perhaps leaving out a few non-essentials to make everything fit perfectly. Audio compression helps us shrink those large audio files so they can be stored, sent, and enjoyed more easily. By reducing the file size, we can save space on our devices and make it easier to share music and other audio files with friends and family. Without it, we'd need enormous hard drives to store our music collections, and streaming services wouldn't be able to deliver our favorite tunes quickly and efficiently. Imagine trying to stream your favorite song, but having to wait for ages because the file is too large. Thanks to audio compression, we can enjoy seamless streaming and have vast music libraries at our fingertips. One of the key tricks audio compression uses is something called dynamic range reduction. Think of a choir with singers of all different volumes. Some voices boom, while others are barely audible. Audio compression acts like a conductor, taming the loudest parts by reducing their volume. It sets a threshold. Any sound above this threshold gets turned down, making the overall volume more consistent. This doesn't mean the loud parts disappear entirely. They're just brought closer in line with the quieter parts, freeing up valuable space in the digital world. But audio compression doesn't just focus on the loud parts. It plays a crucial role in managing the quieter elements of a track as well. It's equally clever at making the quiet parts even quieter, ensuring that the overall sound remains balanced and clear. Remember those whispers in the choir? Those subtle nuances that add depth and emotion to the music? Audio compression turns down the volume of everything below a certain level, almost to the point of silence. This helps in eliminating unwanted background noise and makes the main elements stand out more prominently. This might seem counterintuitive, but it's like squeezing the air out of a bag of chips. You're not losing any chips, just the unnecessary air between them. Similarly, compression removes the excess noise without affecting the core audio. By reducing the difference between the loudest and quietest sounds, audio compression creates more space for storing the important musical information. This is particularly useful in digital formats where storage space is a premium. This process of manipulating the dynamic range is what allows us to shrink those audio files without sacrificing too much of the original listening experience. It ensures that every note, every whisper, and every beat is preserved in a way that feels natural and immersive to the listener. So, the next time you listen to your favorite track, remember the magic of audio compression working behind the scenes to deliver that perfect sound. Section 5. Putting it back together. Decoding the compressed sound. In this section, we delve into the fascinating process of how compressed audio files are brought back to life. When you're ready to listen to your compressed audio, a magical process called decompression takes place. This process is akin to unfolding a complex origami piece, where each fold and crease is meticulously reversed to reveal the original form. It's like receiving a perfectly packed suitcase and unpacking it to find everything exactly where it should be. Imagine opening a suitcase and finding your clothes, toiletries, and gadgets all in their designated spots just as you packed them. The compressed audio file contains instructions on how to reconstruct the original sound, including the adjustments made to the loud and quiet parts. These instructions are like a detailed map, guiding the decompression software on how to rebuild the audio landscape. The decompression process reads these instructions and rebuilds the audio, restoring the dynamic range to a certain extent. This is similar to following a recipe to recreate a dish, where each step is crucial to achieving the final taste. Of course, the decompressed audio won't be perfectly identical to the original. Just as a photocopy of a painting might lose some fine details, some nuances of the original sound may be lost. Some information is inevitably lost during compression, but the goal is to make the difference imperceptible to the human ear. The aim is to ensure that the listening experience remains rich and immersive, allowing you to enjoy your favorite tracks without noticing any loss in quality. Section 6. The MP3 revolution, shrinking music for your pocket. The most famous example of audio compression is the ubiquitous MP3. Remember those tiny devices that revolutionized how we listen to music? The iPod wouldn't have been possible without the magic of MP3 compression. MP3, short for MPEG-1 Audio Layer 3, was a game changer. It allowed us to shrink large audio files down to a fraction of their original size, making it possible to store hundreds, even thousands of songs on portable devices. Suddenly, we could carry our entire music libraries in our pockets, ready to be enjoyed anytime, anywhere. This revolutionized the music industry and changed the way we consume music forever. Section 7. Beyond Music Audio Compression in Action. But audio compression isn't just for music, it plays a vital role in countless other areas of our digital lives. Think about streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music. They rely heavily on audio compression to deliver music to millions of listeners simultaneously. Video conferencing platforms like Zoom and Microsoft Teams use audio compression to ensure clear communication, even with limited internet bandwidth. And let's not forget about podcasts, audiobooks, and even the voice assistants on our smartphones, all made possible by the wonders of audio compression. Audio compression is the invisible force that keeps us connected and entertained in the digital age. Section 8. The pros and cons. A balancing act. Like any good magic trick, audio compression has its trade-offs. The main benefit is clear. Smaller file sizes, which means more storage space, faster downloads, and smoother streaming. However, the downside is that some audio quality might be lost during the compression process. This loss is often imperceptible, especially with high-quality compression algorithms. But if you compress an audio file too much, you might notice a loss of detail, clarity, or a muddy sound. It's a delicate balancing act between file size and audio quality, and finding the right balance depends on the specific audio content and the intended use. Section 9. Popular tools for taming your audio. Fortunately, taming your audio with compression is easier than you might think. There are countless tools and software available, ranging from free basic programs to professional-grade applications. For basic audio editing and compression, free tools like Audacity offer a user-friendly interface and a good range of features. For more advanced needs, professional audio editing software like Adobe Audition and Logic Pro X provide unparalleled control over the compression process. Many online platforms also offer built-in audio compression tools, making it easier than ever to optimize your audio files for sharing and streaming. Section 10. Experiment and explore. Your journey into audio compression. The best way to understand the nuances of audio compression is to experiment and explore. Don't be afraid to try different compression settings and listen carefully to the results. Start with a basic audio editor and experiment with different compression ratios, thresholds, and other parameters. Pay attention to how these adjustments affect the overall sound, and try to find the sweet spot between file size reduction and audio quality. The more you experiment, the better you'll understand how to use audio compression effectively to achieve your desired results. Section 11. The future of sound, innovation, and beyond. The world of audio compression is constantly evolving, with new algorithms and technologies emerging all the time. Researchers are exploring innovative ways to compress audio even further without sacrificing quality, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. As our demand for high-quality audio continues to grow, so too will the importance of audio compression. It will continue to shape the way we create, share, and experience sound in the digital age and beyond. So, go forth and explore the fascinating world of audio compression. You might be surprised by what you discover.